Alright, today's the day. I'm going to go ahead and install this Joying car stereo in my C6 Corvette. This is the Joying 5.1 7-inch screen stereo. I did buy a Metra kit. Again, the number and link is in the description below. There's also a mic that's provided with the Joying stereo, a GPS antenna that's included. You do have to purchase this GM antenna adapter. GM uses a smaller antenna than the typical antenna, I suppose. And then I did purchase a backup camera, which this deck does have the capability of doing. This is a fairly inexpensive backup camera, and that link is in the description below. And then one of the more important things to have is this OS2X from PAC. This allows you to hook up an aftermarket car stereo with the Corvette or most other GM products that have CAN bus. I think the various beeps and all that stuff come from the deck, so this allows the aftermarket car stereo to maintain those beeps and not have the car kind of spaz out. So if you don't have that, if you don't have like a newer GM product and you have an older car, Joying provides this standard ISO connector where you go ahead and splice everything into your car. So fairly straightforward. They do provide a wiring diagram of what needs to get connected to what. Semi straightforward, not too bad. So I'm going to go ahead and do this in my C6, and we'll see how it goes. So first things first, just disconnect the negative battery terminal. Super easy to do. Should have done this before. Alright, so the first thing that we got to do is take out this whole center console area to get to the radio. So the first thing that we got to do is undo those these four pieces right here, those four screws that hold on this guy. Things that I like to do so I don't lose the screws is just put them into where they were or where they came from. This way you can install it without undoing the screws, so you won't lose them. And as you can see, these guys are pretty easy to strip if you do put them in too tight. So be careful when you reinstall. The next little thing that we're going to do is take out this guy here. Some people might not have it if they don't have the F55 magnetic ride suspension. And then there's two little caps that we got to pop off right here and right here. And then I think we'll end up going to the other side of the center console, and there'll be two additional holes that we gotta, or two additional screws that we gotta take out. Alright, so everything is exposed here. I took off the caps. There's that guy. There's this guy. I think we do have to undo these right here. And there's a little screw that's in there. And I popped up the e-brake handle. And there's two more on this side. You can kind of see them there. And once we take those off, we can start getting up to the radio. So I got all these fasteners out, there, and on the side over there. Now the next thing that I got to do is take the boot off. There's these little tabs that kind of hold it in place. You kind of have to bend it, and it feels like it's going to break, but it's not. So just keep on bending it and pop it off. Right, so I've unfastened everything. Now all you got to do is take it from the back and start pulling up and out, and you'll see that it starts disconnecting from the radio area. So some people don't have the heated seats, but these guys right here have connectors on the back that you have to disconnect. Same thing with the cigarette lighter. That one's a PETA. You have to stick something into a really small hole and pop the clip open. And there's also the hazard light that's on the top there that also has to get unclipped. Okay, after battling through getting the connectors disconnected, I just went ahead and just moved everything off to the side. And now you have access to the radio. There's a couple of fasteners there on the ends, a couple of fasteners here on the ends as well. One thing to note, this is what happens when you go too fast. You break the clips off inside of where they're supposed to go. Alright, so I got everything all out, got the radio out, undid the climate control. And there's a bunch of these other wires that need to get hooked up to whatever existing Joying stuff there is. So Not 100% sure what everything does, but hopefully there's a spot on the joining wiring harness to plug everything into. Alright, so I got everything out, and now I gotta connect all these various wires and stuff. So I have the OS2X here, and the harness that it came with here, and basically all I'm doing now is just matching up what plugs fit into what ports, and then hopefully it's straight plug and play. I don't know, we'll find out in a few minutes. Alright, this will be the test run. I got everything hooked up, all colors to colors. I know it's probably not pretty, but it's just a test. I'm making sure that none of the wires are touching each other. I'm going to go ahead and power it on and see what happens. Bam! And we have success. Everything looks like it's there. Audio is kind of going. Alright, now I get to hardwire everything and make everything fit back into where it has to go. This thing's pretty damn sweet, but you can see like the edges aren't that good. So I gotta come up with something, but overall this thing's freaking fast. Radio, picks up regular terrestrial radio. Bluetooth. I could stream whatever I want. Music or YouTube or whatever. It even has YouTube. Car mode, app tray. So far there's not too many apps that I've downloaded. But yeah, Gmail. I mean, you get all the regular things like any Android could. Pretty fancy.